If you're having suicidal thoughts or feelings or feel like you have no hope, please call 988. There, you can talk to someone who not only cares about your story, but cares about you. Please reach out today. Thomas P. Murphy once said, "Minutes are worth more than money. Spend them wisely." At Minutes Wisely, we take that to heart. Our mission is to decrease veteran suicide by providing life-changing experiences for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. We believe that we can make a lasting impact by rekindling a sense of purpose and fostering community through sponsored tickets to sporting events. These experiences are not just about the game, they're about the moments that can change lives. A simple sporting event can boost joy and instill a sense of renewed hope and purpose for those who have served. Join us in making a difference. Become a moment maker and empower a veteran with rediscovered hope. Visit minuteswisely.com for more information and to get involved. Together, we can make every moment count.
Welcome back to another episode of TSP. My name is Richard, my co-host Andrew, and today we're sitting down with Mr. Parkhurst. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Before we get started, I want to talk about this weekend. After this will be already done and over with by the time this shows. Usually I'm here pumping up my fundraiser, but this time I'm going to talk about the fundraiser as if it's in past tense. Usually we send veterans to sporting events. We send them to playoff baseball games, NFL games, NHL concerts. This one is going to be a little bit different. So back in December, I sat in front of my doctor, and he said told me the three words that nobody ever wants to hear. You have cancer. It kind of wrecked my life for a minute. But after the dust settled and I picked myself up, I promised myself I'm not going to be like, woe me, why me? I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just going to face this head on, and I'm going to take care of it. Fast forward, first of all, so I went back to my doctor. I had surgery, went back to my doctor after 3 months. And as of today, I am cancer free. I go again in a couple of weeks. Every 3 months, I'll go and get checked again. But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is when the doctor told me you have cancer, when it wrecked my life, it literally felt like Conor McGregor kicking me right square in the face.
That's a hell of a thing.
I felt like I was in an episode sitting in front of Charlie Brown's teacher, because literally no words were, nothing was soaking in. Like everything was just a blur at that point. So after I decided, okay, I'm not going to freak out. I'm just going to head on, right? The first thing I thought of was like, man, I couldn't imagine a child going through this. I was a 58-year-old man when they told me this. I couldn't imagine being a kid being told you have cancer, or worse yet, I don't know if it's worse yet, but a parent of a child, and they're going through this. Because I know I was a grown-ass man, and it devastated me. And I just couldn't help but think about a child going through this. So I made it my life mission to find veterans with children that are dealing with childhood cancer. Then I saw DJ Daniels at the State of the Union with President Trump, and they honored him as a honorary Secret Service or some sort of agent.
Something like that, yeah.
And I was like, how do I get in front of this family? Because this would be perfect. His dad's a Navy veteran, so that allowed me to help this family out, because it would have to be a veteran family. After about 3 months, I got in touch with the family, and it worked out. So I'm going to take DJ Daniels and his father to Detroit, Michigan at the end of September. And we're going to have him sworn in 2 different cities up there as a police officer. And then the next day on a Sunday, I'm taking them to the Detroit Lions versus the Cleveland Browns game. All this fundraising is going to happen this Saturday. So this Saturday, the 7th, September 7th.
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, I'm sorry. This Sunday, September 7th. So by the time this show airs, it airs.
Show airs.
This will already be done and over with. But also, I found
It was a good time. I had a fantastic time. It was amazing.
I also found a local veteran who has a 9-year-old boy who has a brain tumor. He had brain surgery in March. 2 months later, the tumor was back. So part of this fundraising is going to go to this family too. And I had just wrote the check to the travel agent. And now we're stepping out of our comfort zone here. DJ is going to a football game, but this family is not. We're doing something big. Like, this is going to be the biggest event Minutes Wisely has ever done. Now, I'm afraid to say it because Andrew will tell everybody before
don't
Sunday.
Say, hey, we'll find. Hey, I'll find out. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll find out.
The big thing is I want it to be a surprise. This 9-year-old boy is going to open up this box on the stage in front of hopefully a couple hundred people, and it's going to be like the most amazing thing ever, and I can't wait. It's not a sporting event though.
Okay,
bigger and better.
That's cool.
That's going to be awesome. And so I put my life mission to, I was focused, and I got to find families that are dealing with childhood cancer. I found it. We're going to knock it out of the park this Sunday, and I'm super stoked about it. And then we're going to go back to helping veterans and sending them to awesome events.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. It all worked out. I will say, as of right now, I put a ceiling of I wanted to generate $10,000 this Sunday, and I'm proud to say, even before we walk in, as of right now today, I have over $10,000 generated already today, and we haven't even stepped foot into the event. So,
is there going to be an auction?
So I ordered some things. They haven't come in yet. So one of our past guests, who airs tonight because I'm an idiot, and it was a long weekend, and I forgot to post it.
You forgot to do. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's going live. Brian Tracy goes live tonight at 7:00. I ordered a wavy flag from him, but I don't know if it's going to be in time. So eventually there will be
I'll give Brian a call and find out where it is.
Well, he told me, he texted me, he's putting it in the mail tomorrow, but I don't know if it'll be in time.
Okay.
It's in time. There will be a wavy flag and some other things. But
hey,
yeah,
he's making me one too, man. I'm very excited. I just gotta write him a check. Brian, the check is in the mail. I swear to God.
I've heard that before. Hey, I already Venmo'd him, man, so I'm square.
Hey, I got bills to pay, and whatever's left over before my Social Security comes in.
No flag for you.
Hey, we've got 2 flag guys. Okay, we've got Brian Tracy with the wood, and then we got Joe Stazione with the metal.
Listen,
and
if you're listening right now, you got to go to Joe Stazione's website and check out these flags. I would love to have one. I can't afford it.
It's $100 for you, man. Not the big one, but like a little flag.
Oh yeah, those.
That's $100 for you.
The big flag. I would love to have one of those shiny ass bastards.
Tim, we should talk to Ken Hopper about getting a big one.
They're literally amazing.
Because it's like $3,000 for this big flag, but you can auction it off for like 20, 30, 35. I think the most he's ever gotten was like $55,000 for one of the big metal flags.
And they are gorgeous.
They are.
Yeah, I want me one of those.
I'll send you
something like that would look good in the Ton Tavern when it's built.
Yeah, it would. Joe is a fellow Marine, and I will send all his information to you, Tim.
Hey, listen, Brian's flags are absolutely gorgeous too.
Oh, they're great. No, they're both good.
But I'm just saying,
you can't have too many flags. So
the metal one, man, there's just something special about that shiny metal one. It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So.
And Joe was just at Sturgis while you were in Columbus, Ohio. Joe was in Sturgis selling all his wares.
Gross.
And you did great. From what I could see, I did not go to the VFW National Convention. I've been to 3 in a row, and I did not go to this year's. But I saw from the pictures you were doing some really, really good stuff at the National Convention.
Yeah, that was actually my first VFW convention.
It's a trip, ain't it?
It's pretty
10,000
cool.
vets all in one area.
Yeah, yeah. And I got a chance to meet both the outgoing and the incoming national commander.
Al and Carol.
Yeah, yeah.
They're good people.
Yep, yep.
We had Al on this podcast. We haven't had Carol, but we have had Al on this podcast.
Yeah, Al is amazing. His story is like
It's
mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I mean the people that he took care of in Vietnam and I took care of.
Yeah,
It's just amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. I had a chance to meet him in earlier this year at the NRA annual meeting as well. He was there.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, super nice guy, just real personable, and
Yeah.
took some time to talk to me about our thing, and yeah, really really good people. You know, I've heard kind of mixed things about leadership at some of the national organizations,
Of course.
And I was pleasantly surprised, you know, when I met those two. So I think we're good hands. You know.
Yeah. Carol's going to do a good job. Good job, Carol. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And to the Corey, he is now the senior vice. We've had him on the podcast too. Corey is now the senior vice commander in chief, which that came out of nowhere. Like it was supposed to like handshake deal, and Corey is now the senior vice, and he's going to be commander in chief next year. That's crazy.
That is crazy. He was just on our show just very recently.
Yeah, like 6 months ago.
Yeah,
Or 3 months ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a couple of months ago.
We love you, Corey. Now, before we get to Tim, I do have a couple announcements about the most epic Marine Corps ball in the entire world, and it's going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, from November 7th to 11th. Now, Tim, I have to ask you: are you a 1775 club member?
Yes. Yes.
So
of course,
am I,
man. Come on.
And so is this guy. This Navy guy is a 1775 club member.
Yeah.
I just got my T-shirt.
He did.
Yeah. Yeah, we all got to do our part, man. This thing's too important to not let it happen. You know,
I just talked to Pat Daly last week.
Yeah.
He gave me some very, very cool information, which I'm not allowed to say anything at all.
Yeah.
I know. Don't worry. I haven't said anything, but Tim, I have to say this. You would make a great Ton Tavern militia commander for your area, just like me. I swear to God, you would.
Well, yeah. I mean, I talk it up everywhere I go anyway. So you know,
you're already doing the job. You just need to get the title. Like Pat's gonna make me like I'm getting business cards.
Are you really?
He's like, "Do you have business cards?" I'm like, "No, I don't." Okay, you'll have them next week. So they're really good.
Yeah.
But for you guys out there, Marines, Freemasons, sailors, this Ton Tavern celebration is amazing. I do want to give you a couple things, which I'm looking at the website right now. There's a couple things already sold out. There's 5 things that are sold out, and I'm going to tell you what they are. The ball, the 250 ball, is not sold out, not yet. But the Masonic Temple Tour, that's sold out. Both of them are sold out. Let's see. You've got the Happy Hour Welcome Gathering, that's good to go. The Lunch and Learn at the Masonic Temple, that's good to go. The Legacy Tour, which is on a bus, which goes to all the sites, that is a good to go. The dinner cruise is good to go. The tour on the USS Olympia, good to go. The Saturday 5 to 8 welcome for $100 is good to go. The Veterans Day Parade and Festival, it's free. It's good to go. So sign up for that. The Independence Seaport Museum, $20, good to go. Like I said, the Spirit of Philadelphia Dinner Cruise, $200. It was good to go, and that is sponsored by Captain Harvey Barney Barnum and General James E. Livingston, USMC, retired, who coined me, by the way. So if you bring your coins, I beat all of your coins, all of them, except for the president and the Secretary of the Navy.
I have Secretary of the Navy.
Then, oh shit, then that beats me.
There. I
Then
can
I'll
go get
buy
it
you drinks all night, man.
right there.
Yeah, a couple Medal of Honor coins. That's pretty high on the cool scale.
It is, man. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got the MOH right there, and then he's got the USMC, the EGA, and then he's got like 2 Purple Hearts, and then he's got his little flag with red with 2 stars, and I'm like, oh shit, damn. The ceremony at the resting place of the first Commandant of the Marine Corps sold out. The midnight champagne breakfast, $75, is still good to go. The Monday morning Marine Corps 250th commemoration at Independence Hall, $0. That's still good to go. The Marine Corps birthday at the Ton Future site is $0, and that's good to go. Photo opportunities at the historical marker, and you guys know where that is, sold out. The 100th Marine Corps birthday ball at the Bellevue Hotel, $500, sold out. Which, Tim, you were going to that?
I wish. No.
You're not? Okay,
So
me neither. I'm not. I
yeah.
can't afford that.
Yeah.
I'm giving the Ton too much money already. I can't give them 500 more.
Yeah, I'm going to the cheap ball.
Oh, okay. Then I'll see you there. Okay,
Yep.
good to go.
Hopefully.
The cheap ball for $250 is still good to go. And once they reach that max number, which I don't know what it is, it's sold out. And the last thing that's sold out is the Veterans Day ceremony on the battleship USS New Jersey Museum and Memorial, sold out. So you guys go on to www.theton.org, go to November 10th. You'll see it. It's in really big letters. Go down, and if you want to see a really good ball, and if you want to see handsome Marines in their uniform like myself and Master Sergeant Parkhurst over here, sign the fuck up right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're not going to come because of our good looks. Just saying.
They're not going to say that again.
they're not going to come for our good looks.
It will behoove you. Oh, actually, Master Sergeant, can you say that?
It will behoove you.
See?
With the knife hand. You got to do the
and
knife
he
hand.
used to say that all the time when he was a first sergeant.
Oh man!
But that's my last.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a fantastic weekend, man.
It's going to be good. I'm really proud of the board and the advisory committee for coming up with the 1775 Club, because they have over 2,000 club members now. And that's 2,000 times 213 is probably like $400,000. So they just made that, plus whatever they're going to make that weekend. And the news that I heard from Pat, hopefully they'll have the money by the end of December, maybe January. And it should take, and I was told to me by Pat that once they have all the money, it will probably take about 8 months to build, maybe 9, give or take. The plans are already good to go. We have the land. I mean, Tim was at the groundbreaking. I was at the groundbreaking. 5,000 other Marines were at the groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it will happen. It will not be built on November 10th. So put that idea out of your head. We don't have the money yet. We need you to donate. Tim, please reassure these Marines and sailors and Freemasons that are out there that we need to do this. This needs to get done.
Absolutely. I mean, if you have any affiliation whatsoever with the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Fraternal Order of St. Patrick, and
yes, the Sons and Daughters of St. Patrick, the Society of St. George, the Freemasons, yes.
All of them, and any or all of those, there's so much history wrapped up in the Ton Tavern. And Pat is doing a phenomenal job. He put a great team together, and they're doing everything that they humanly can. The only thing they can't do is fork over the money themselves.
That's right.
That's up to us, to get the word out, let people know, and do our part. I can't afford to pay for the whole thing, but I can do my part. And if every Marine just did their part, we'd be there. We would have been there 6 months ago. Yeah.
$10, Marines.
Yep.
Just donate $10.
Yep. And all the money is going to go straight to build this thing. Yeah. The land's been paid for, right? That's my understanding.
Yep. Done.
Yeah. So it's I want to see it. I want to go have a beer on the front porch.
And Fleek, since you're a 1775 club member, you're going to get a coin, or you should be getting a coin soon. That's a free beer.
I screwed up and I signed up for the monthly payments. I should just paid it all up front.
I know. I already donated, I pledged $15,000. So I'm doing this month to month. Okay. So I'm not going to get my coin until next April. I'll get my coin next April.
Yeah.
I'll get my certificate probably next month.
As a matter of fact, they probably took my $17.75 out today.
Yeah,
this is a worthy cause, and if you haven't already done your part, I think every Marine needs to jump in there and do it, and every American, man. I mean, forget just the Marines.
Right.
If you love your Marines, jump in there and
do you want to be a part of American history? Do you want to rebuild the most iconic building in history?
Yep.
But
what it's all about.
Without further ado, thank you, Fleek, thank you, Tim. Can I introduce them now?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay? All right. Well, hey guys, without further ado, please put your hands together. Fleek, clapping.
Oh, that.
Oh, wait, here we go.
It's coming.
Yay.
Please welcome Master Sergeant Tim Parkhurst. I've met him. That's good. I like that.
Like that?
I like that.
Daughters, so
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
No, take it back.
Oh, man,
that's great. That really pumped me up. I met Tim at the Ton Tavern groundbreaking. He looked fabulous in his mess dress Master Sergeant uniform, with the little cummerbund, and the staff NCOs, they get to wear this little Prince Charlie vest, but it's got all this stuff here and here, and he looked great at the Ton Tavern inaugural gala, which was at the Masonic Temple in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I only talked to him for a little bit, but he is just doing so much in the community, and I'm going to turn it over to him to talk about himself and then what he's doing, what he's done, and to try and thrill us, because he will. I mean, he's got some good stories. So take it away, Master Sergeant.
Thanks, man. I first of all, I just want to say thanks to both of you for having me on. It was great seeing you at the gala back in last November, and glad you remembered me. And
I can't forget that white hair. Hell no.
Yeah, right. I know. It's it's not gray anymore. It just went white. I mean, it matches.
At least you have some.
Well, there's that, except for the bald spot that's strategically hidden on the back of my head. So I look good if I'm looking right at you, but just don't go around the backside. But man, no, it's my pleasure to be on, and got a couple things that I really want to talk about, including Ton was one of them, but also the Marine Scout Sniper War Memorial Project. But I guess I should I don't know, maybe start off telling everybody a little bit about me and whatever. Yeah. So I, people ask me where I'm from. I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. To this day, I still, I could lie and say, yeah, I'm from here, but I'm not from anywhere. I moved around a lot growing up, and went to 13 schools in 13 years,
Holy shit.
Yeah, kind of a lot of bouncing around. I enjoyed it. It was great. My dad was in the Navy. He was a naval aviator. So go Navy. Woo woo.
Yes.
And then
Meet Army.
Yeah, yeah. And then, right about the time I was born, he left active duty and joined the airlines and flew for the airlines for 32 years. And so the moving just kind of, it was just sort of a continual thing. And then, of course, I joined the Marine Corps, and it just never stopped. Yeah, I'm married. Got a beautiful wife of 32 years, two grown daughters who are off adulting and doing their own thing. One of them just graduated from grad school and is off doing fantastic things, and my other one is a few years older than her, and she's got three kids of her own now. And so I'm a grandpa, which is awesome.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
yeah, man, it's fun. The grandkids are pretty awesome, and so we enjoy that. My wife and I actually just went up there not long ago to spend the weekend with them, and um, yeah, I enlisted in the Marine Corps in 1985 in the late entry program. Went to boot camp in the summer of '86, and was initially a reserve communicator. And that wasn't really that wasn't my plan for my time in the Corps. So I tried really hard to get back on active duty. It took General Gray to do it. So I'm in Overland Park, Kansas, and I'm in the reserves in my then hometown. It's where I enlisted from, and I was trying. I kept putting a package in every month for like 10 months, and it kept getting denied. And I'm asking the recruiter every month, like what's wrong? Why am I not getting accepted? And he's like, well, there's nothing wrong with you. There's something going on up there. And finally, somebody figured out that Congress had passed the Grand Revenue Bill in '88, and that was the first of the big budget cuts, for DoD, cutting, just slashing funds. And when they slash funds, of course, they slash personnel, and they put all sorts of freezes in place and things like that. And one of the immediate things that the Marine Corps did without really telling the recruiters was they put a freeze on augmenting from reserve to active duty. So here I am as a reservist trying to get on active duty, and that's why my package is getting kicked back, but nobody knew. And then finally, 10 months later, we figure it out, and I'm like, well, that sucks. And anyway, General Al Gray was Commandant of the Marine Corps at the time. And
I don't know him personally, but I've seen pictures.
He was a great man. I mean, that's all I can say. He was an awesome human, and obviously a great Marine. But I had the opportunity to buy a ticket to a Navy League function that he was going to speak at there in Kansas City. So I'm in Kansas City. He's coming to Kansas City. I'm like, little Lance Corporal Parkhurst, USMC Reserves, is going to buy a ticket, and I'm going to go meet the commandant, right? So I put my service alphas on, and I went over there, and I was late, of course. And I opened up the door to the ballroom where this big event was happening, and there's probably 1,000 Marine officers in the room, all in their dress whites, which that was a thing back then. And I'm in my alphas, so all these guys wearing white, and the one guy opening the creaky door really loud after everybody's already seated and the general's talking. And I walk in my green uniform. Everybody turns around and looks. And it's like, oh, crap. I'm obviously in the wrong place, And so I kind of crept over into the corner and had a seat and, waited for the whole thing to be done. General Gray was talking about geopolitical this and that and whatever stuff that was like way over my head. And anyway, I got in line to meet him afterwards, and he asked me what he could do for me. And I told him, I said, sir, I want to be on active duty, and I want to be a grunt. And he looked at me and he said, what's wrong with you? I said, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with me, sir. And he goes, really? And he kind of like looks at me like, really? And I said, no, sir. And he goes, all right. Well, I told him, I'm in the reserves, been putting in packages. They've been getting, and he's like, oh yeah, I know what's happening. And so he gives me his business card, and it's camouflage. I still have it. It's awesome. And
holy shit.
Yeah. And he said, if you don't hear anything here in a couple of weeks, just call me. I'm like, yes, sir. And so I left. And 10 days later, no kidding, man, I had orders to Victor 3-5. And yeah, it was just that easy. So, fortune favors the bold, I guess,
Wow.
it worked for me that time. But I had the privilege of seeing General Gray again. Gosh, that was October. So it was just about a year later. I don't know if you remember, in '89 there was a helicopter crash in Korea during Team Spirit. Do you remember that? Two CH-53s went down. Well, all those guys were from 5th Marines.
I was I was probably like 14, 13.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was with 3-5, but I want to say it was
Fleek, you
1-5 that
remember
was
that?
over there. What's that?
Vaguely, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was bad. I mean, because you know how it is when a battalion deploys. A lot of guys from the other battalions in the regiment will cross deck over so they can deploy.
Yeah.
So there were guys from every battalion in 5th Marines that went with 1-5 over there to do that deployment. And so everybody knew somebody that got killed. And pretty sad day for the Corps and for 5th Marines. But General Gray personally came out for our memorial ceremony, which I'm wanting to say it was October or maybe November or something like that. We were there at Camp Margarita at Pendleton, and so I saw him again there, and it was funny, man, because there were like 300 Marines between me and him outdoors in this little area where they had the bleachers set up for us to hear him speak. And afterwards, everybody's just like mobbing him, and he's short, so he's having to like see through the wave of people to see me, but he pointed right at me and gave me a thumbs up, from across the basketball court or whatever, and I was like, yes, sir, everything's good,
Wow.
But, yeah, he remembered me after all that time. So pretty cool. Really good
That's
guy.
really cool.
Yeah. But, yeah, I have a brother that's a Marine. My older brother, Chris, he's retired now too. He was a Harrier pilot.
Damn.
Spent about the same amount of time in the Marine Corps as I did, but of course he went the officer route. Flew his whole career, and until they.
Why didn't you go to the officer route? I mean, you have a dad, you have a brother.
Yeah, that's what the expectation was. Everybody thought I was going to do that, and first off, when I was in high school, whatever was going on in here, it wasn't clicking with academics at that time, and it just wasn't for me. And I really did want to fly, but I also wanted to be a grunt. And I'd read about Carlos Hathcock. I read the book Marine Sniper. 93 confirmed kills, all that. But I also read all kinds of other Marine Corps books. I went to the Marine Military Academy in Texas for high school, so I put in a shameless plug for them. It's the only private military school in the country patterned after the Marine Corps. There's schools out there patterned after the Air Force or the Army or the Navy, but there's only one Marine Military Academy, and it's down in South Texas. It's kind of out of the way, off the beaten path. But yeah, I graduated there.
No
in
one can
86.
hear you scream.
No one can hear you. That's it, man. Yeah, I mean, we had, you know how like in a posh private school, you might have like a house mother or something like that. Well,
Yes.
we didn't have that. We had barracks, and I was in Charlie Company, and in our barracks we had Master Sergeant John G. McLaughlin was our house mother. He was our drill instructor. So each barracks had its own drill instructor that lived there in an apartment in the barracks. And Coach Mack, as he was called, just a great guy. I always wanted to be like him. And of course, fast forward all these years, and I retired as a master sergeant as well. And I feel real honored to have worn the same rank as that man. Yeah.
So you became active duty because of General Gray. Thank you, General Gray. Well, did you go right to SOI after that?
Nope. So I was a reserve radio operator, school trained 2531 radio operator, Lance Corporal on on January 10th, and then on January 11th, I was an active duty Lance Corporal 0351 infantryman.
Assaultman. Hell yes. And
so I got on a plane, flew to San Diego, took a bus, and got up to Pendleton, and checked into Weapons Company 35, and they made me a dragon gunner. So yeah, like
Whoa.
overnight, there was no school. It was just OJT, and I had to figure it out. And as you
Oh,
can
that's
imagine,
cool.
that was a little bit of a rough ride. You know, some guys resented this new reservist that showed up on their doorstep. You know, but you know,
Hey,
I
Fleek,
made
0350,
Yes.
sorry, Tim.
yeah.
Fleek, 0351s are the smartest of the grunts. Okay. They are technically proficient in everything. They are very good. They are way smarter than Mortarmen and definitely way smarter than machine gunners.
Well, the Marine Corps got rid of us. You know, I mean,
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was General
You're
Berger.
too smart.
So
yeah,
thanks General Berger. He got rid of my battalion too. So
yeah,
I'm in the same boat with you.
yeah. There's a lot of things that got gotten rid of here in the recent years, but yeah. So you know, things were great. I loved it. I kind of ate it up. It's exactly what I hoped it would be. And so I checked in January '89. My first deployment, we left in February of '90 to go on a Westpac or a UDP,
Yep.
not boats. We flew over. Um,
Bummer.
and while I was over there, I kept hearing about this stay platoon thing, and I'm like, I don't know what stay platoon is, but I always wanted to be a Marine Scout Sniper because I read the book. Who doesn't, you know? And I finally figured out that that's the same thing. Like, if you're a Scout Sniper, you're in stay platoon. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, surveillance and
Subject
target
target
acquisition.
acquisition.
Yeah. And so I found out they were gonna hold a stay platoon indoctrination course there in Okinawa. So I did that, passed it, and we got back to the States. In fact, we arrived back in the States from that deployment August 2nd, 1990, which you guys tell me what happened on August 2nd, 1990, besides me coming home.
August
Come on.
2nd, 19.
You're Googling it right now, aren't you?
I'm trying to think because at
That was the day
90, I
Iraq
was.
invaded Kuwait, man.
I was gonna say
Uh,
those
yeah,
the
That
Kuwait.
was
Yeah.
the day. Yeah, so we're in the
yeah,
air flying. We don't know what's going on over
that's
there. We
right.
land, and then we get on buses from March Air Reserve Base and come back to Pendleton. And we pull up by the barracks, and some staff sergeant that we don't know, who joined the battalion in our absence, gets on the bus and says, "Y'all aren't going anywhere. We're going to war. All leave's been canceled. Blah 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 blah." And it's like, what the hell is this guy talking about? You know, I'm going on leave, man. I got hey, the clock's ticking. I got plans.
Yeah.
And sure enough, though, leave actually did get canceled, but then it got turned back on shortly thereafter. But it was kind of a cluster for a little bit because they couldn't figure out what they wanted to do. But eventually, they decided that our battalion, because 1-5 was back in the States when that happened, and 1-5 flew over to Saudi immediately. The rest of 5th Marines went over with 5th Marine Expeditionary Brigade on the ships. I think we left port, what was it, December 5th, 1991. So we stayed at Pendleton, and everybody just continued going to schools and working up and doing whatever from the time we got back on August 2nd until December 5th. And yeah, so that was that. I actually, you know, as soon as we got home, they moved me from weapons company over to the stay platoon. I had a chance to go to sniper school. They pulled me and our 2 instructors from 3-5 out of school early to deploy because they wanted us back, you know, before graduation. So I didn't graduate. Deployed as an assistant team leader, did that whole thing, came back, attended Scout Sniper School at the same time the following year, and did graduate. And you know, so here I am, a 2 year and something month corporal, you know, pretty new to the infantry, not ever having been school trained in the infantry. I make it to a stay platoon. I actually graduate Scout Sniper School, and as a corporal, the day I graduated, I became the chief scout because I was the senior guy.
Holy shit!
And I was the senior scout sniper, you know, and because we had tons of experience in that platoon when I first got there, but they all left, all of them. And you know, we had a bunch of senior sergeants, we had a staff sergeant, we had a guy that was selected for gunny, and we had like, I don't know, like 10 scout snipers, you know, school trained when I got there. And then by the time I graduated the course, they were all gone. And that's kind of just the way things were back in that time frame. It was feast or famine, and that was our famine. But we did all right. Things went pretty well, and did some other cool stuff. I did another unit deployment after Desert Storm. So in that 4 years, well, backtrack, when I was a Dragon Gunner, we went to Panama, and we're down there just as they were about to kick off. We weren't really part of Just Cause, but we were there when that started to kick off, and then they sent us home. So I did actually four deployments in 4 years, which is kind of a crazy schedule. Yeah.
3 and 4.
And
I did 3 and 4.
yeah. And then so that last deployment in '92, went to the Philippines and helped shut down the base at Subic, part of the Special Purpose
Jesus.
MAGTF, and that was fun. And got married, and my time was coming up. I was up for reenlistment, and I was like, man, I like my wife, and I hadn't been home much. I should probably get out, And plus, they were telling me I couldn't be a scout sniper anymore. It's like, oh, you're a sergeant. We're going to send you to the drill field when you re-up, and when you come back, they're going to make you a platoon sergeant in a line platoon or something. And I'm like, no, see ya. Thanks, see ya. So I got out, and I ended up being out for like 5 years. And
wow.
Yeah. But I picked up sergeant on that deployment. By the way, I picked up meritorious sergeant at the at 3MEF.
Good for you.
The 3MEF commander pinned it on me, and yeah, that was pretty cool. It was the only way I was ever going to get it, because we didn't see a cut and score in my MOS for forever. Nobody was
no. I empathize with you, Tim, because our cut and score for machine gunner was like 1,800 after 3 deployments, and I'm like, nope, I'm gone. I'm not going to make it.
Yeah,
good for you. I'm glad you made sergeant.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because not only couldn't get promoted, but I remember when it was time to re-enlist shortly thereafter, I had to stand a division board to re-enlist. They only had 6 quotas for first term 0350 ones to re-enlist in 1993. And so yeah, I had to do that whole thing, but I was like, yeah, I'm out, man. So I got out and started a family, and very quickly discovered that I wasn't ready to be a civilian yet, and life was really, really hard. And my whole heart, mind, soul, everything was still back in the Marine Corps, but my body was back home in Kansas City, and it wasn't working out so good at that point. I was too young and stupid to really know what was happening, and part of it was I was completely separated from the veteran community. I mean, even though my brother was in the Marine Corps, and even though my dad had been in the service, our family's scattered around the country. We haven't been all in one place in forever. But when I went home, there wasn't anybody that I served with back in Kansas City. I didn't know anybody that was a Marine back in Kansas City, and they told me about the VA when I was checking out, but I didn't even go to the VA. I didn't check into any of my benefits. I didn't tie into anything. I was completely and utterly disconnected from everything that had to do with the service and the Marine Corps. And it was pretty ugly for a while. But 5 years went by, and I find myself back at the recruiting office. I went back in the reserves. Became a tow gunner in the reserves, and
352.
Yeah, did that for a little bit, and of course, while I'm in the reserves, I life was tough, so I'm trying to get on temporary active duty as a recruiter and do different things, and they're trying to get me to be a full-time recruiter. I'm like, no, recruiting is not me, and so I finally got back in, but I had to change MOSs. It was one of those same deals. I kept putting package after package, month after month, and they kept getting denied. And at this time, I'm a sergeant now. I'm a reserve sergeant, and the recruiter that was working with me, he's like, "Look, man, here's the gunny's phone number up at headquarters Marine Corps. Just call him." I'm like, "Okay." So I call him up. hey, this is Gunny so-and-so. I was like, hey, this is Sergeant Parkhurst. He's like, I know you. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
good.
shit.
So you know what I'm about to ask you? He's like, yeah, here's your choice. 0451 parachute rigger. That's your choice. I'm like, seriously? There's not another MOS in the whole freaking Marine Corps that I can choose? Nope, that's your choice. If you want back in, you're going to be an 0451. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. Are you kidding me? I mean, I've been putting on 03 anything. I was putting in combat camera. I was putting in C-130 navigator. You know, all these MOSs that the Marine Times said were critical MOSs, that they were giving people big bonuses, first termers big bonuses to re-enlist in. I couldn't get in. They were like, nope, you're going to be an 0451. I'm like, okay, whatever. So ultimately I did it, got back in March of 98, went to rigger school. I'd already been to jump school from my first tour. And from there I went to Camp Pendleton again, with this time with first landing support battalion, which later became first transportation support battalion. So
Yeah.
I'm in the logistics community now, right? So I'm no longer a grunt. And that was a whole interesting kind of dynamic as well. But a lot of good dudes in that community as well. And it was fun, you know, jumping, rigging cargo, watching, you know, big heavy loads go out of the airplane, and, you know, it was
That's cool.
But yeah, did that for the next 16 years. Went on I&I duty up in San Jose, California. So I was up in that area when 9/11 happened. And, you know, you can imagine the Bay Area, San Francisco, Berkeley, places like that.
That's where I was stationed. I was stationed in Alameda.
Yeah, it was a very difficult place to be if you were a serviceman around 9/11, because those people are out of their freaking minds.
They are.
I mean, the city of Berkeley passed a city ordinance basically just saying that, you know, if we could, we can't because it's against the California state constitution, but if we could, we would secede from the Union. And this is before we ever set foot in Afghanistan. It's like, what are you guys so mad at our home country for? We haven't done anything yet. Nothing's happened. You know, we just got bombed, you know, by these terrorists, and we're talking about a response, as we rightfully should, you know, and these people are losing their freaking minds. I remember the firefighters and the cops in San Francisco. You know, any big city, you know, a lot of the cops work off duty, you know, doing crowd control or whatever. You know, they get overtime and different things like that, and they're allowed to wear the uniform because they're sworn officers, so they can do that. But, you know, out in the hot sun doing crowd control, that, you know, a lot of guys wear do-rags and stuff, and, you know, a lot of guys, you know, patriotic, you know, public servants, so they wearing, like, you know, red, white, and blue bandanas, right? The city of San Francisco banned them from wearing. They could still wear a do-rag, but it couldn't be red, white, and blue.
What the?
Right? It's like you hear things like this, and it's like, I was there, so I know what happened, you know. And I can't remember what town it was. It was some other, gosh, maybe it was Walnut, or it was one of the other cities up on the San Francisco Peninsula that banned their firemen from flying the American flag on their fire trucks right around that time. It's like, you guys are just lost.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, all sense of what it is to be an American, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But a beautiful place, a lot of really great people, but there was just that vocal minority. Really, they are. They're the minority. The only reason they keep winning over there, that's politics. Never mind. I'm not going there. But anyway, yeah. So I loved being there because, hey, the beach was right there.
Way to catch yourself.
Yeah,
way to catch yourself, Master.
I remember the brief. But yeah, you got the Sierra Nevadas 3 hours away. You got Monterey, and, you know, our girls were little then, so we would go to the Monterey aquarium and stuff like that. And, you know, we go camping all the time on, you know, they had all these great state campgrounds along the beach and different things.
Did you ever go to Santa Cruz?
Heck yeah, man. Yeah.
That place is gorgeous.
Great. Yeah.
Banana slugs.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cool things to do, man. But it was good when we finally moved on. The whole 9/11 thing, the way people around there reacted, just didn't sit well with me. And from there, I went to Quantico, did a tour with what's called the Airborne Mobile Training Team, teaching advanced parachuting stuff. So I did that for 3 years, and you know, free fall jump master and all that kind of stuff. And then from there, I went to 3rd Recon, deployed to Iraq in 2008 from Oki, and then went to from Oki, came back to Camp Lejeune or Lejeune, sorry, in 2009.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
please.
Here's a story, man. You ever get lifed out by anybody for that?
Yeah, I did by First Sergeant. I'm not gonna say his last name, but
Yeah.
I said Lejeune, and he's like, he corrected me. He's like, it's Lejeune.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So I still
okay,
say
my
Lejeune.
hands are in my pockets right now, First Sergeant, but you can't
Yeah.
do anything about it.
Yeah. No, I'm unapologetically still saying Lejeune. I only said Lejeune so I could bring up the story because it's kind of funny. My wife and I and the girls were on vacation in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, up Cape Hatteras and all that.
Yeah.
And we're at some restaurant, don't remember the name of it, and some guy, clearly a former Marine, older, like Vietnam era, whatever, is there, and we see him come in, and he's had a few, to drink,
Of course.
and he comes up to me while we're sitting at the table, and I guess he's a local, all right, because the waitress came up to me afterwards and asked me if everything was okay, and I was like, yeah, it's fine. But he came up to me, he goes, you a Marine? I was like, yes, sir, I am. And he goes, where are you from? I was like, well, I'm stationed at Camp Lejeune. He goes, you mean Lejeune? I was like, yeah, Camp Lejeune. No, Lejeune. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. All right. It was fun, but yeah. So
yeah, they're fanatics about that. My battalion commander says Lejeune, but like all of us, corporals and lance corporals, we're all saying Lejeune.
hey,
I mean,
the Lance Corporal
the
Underground
John A.
rules,
Lejeune Chow Hall is named after him.
Yeah.
Right on A or B Street.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care at this point which one is correct. I mean, if the general were here, I would ask him, and I would say it however he wants me to say it.
Yep, exactly.
But otherwise, this is how Marines been saying it for forever. I'm not going to change. So
I mean, it's French.
Yeah.
I mean, I took French for 3 years, and that's Lejeune. Lejeune.
Well, I mean, I've heard that the family actually pushed for this change.
I heard that
so
too.
I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the family or anything like that.
No, not at all.
But yeah, some habits are hard to break, right?
Very
Yes.
the checking for your keys,
Yeah.
wallet, and your ID card. Yeah, I still do that every day.
Yeah, I'm always like reaching here. Is my ID card? Oh, I don't even have a pocket there anymore. Yeah.
That's something that's never, ever gonna go away.
Nope. Yep. Some
But
things
Tim,
everyone can relate to.
I'm sorry to cut you. I mean, I'm sorry to cut you short. I know we've got. You're a sergeant, so we've got like another probably 15 years to go.
Yeah, the career doesn't matter, man. Let's skip forward to the war memorial. You want to talk about the war memorial?
Yeah, you're very passionate about that.
Yes.
Can you tell us and can you tell everyone watching what's going on with this war memorial?
Yeah. So from the minute and a half that I was a scout sniper way back in the early '90s, it was a impactful time in my career. Learned a lot. Loved it. It was by far the best part of my career. And so, after some time went by, I kind of felt myself wanting to give back to that community. And so I became a member of the board of directors at the USMC Scout Sniper Association. And you can find them at scoutsniper.org. So they're the membership organization for guys like us, right? Well, eventually I became the president and for about 4.5 years. And before I stepped down from that role in 2023, at the end of the year, we had all kind of talked about this idea of, there's no war memorial to honor our fallen. What are we going to do about this? Well, probably nobody else is interested in helping us out with it, so we're just going to have to do it ourselves. And so we decided to set up this thing called the Marine Scout Sniper Heritage Foundation. And it's a legal subsidiary of the Scout Sniper Association, but it's a separate operating entity. We have our own board of directors, and I'm now the president of that. And so our mission is to remember the sacrifice and honor the legacy of our 105-year history that goes all the way back, which very few people know. It goes all the way back to 1918 at Quantico, World War I, not World War II, not Vietnam, World War I. And it's not just some loose association or some, kind of a reach to say, oh, you had a guy with a accurate rifle that was told to go be a sniper. No. This was a formal program, directed by, General Barrett, the Commandant of the Marine Corps, or not Barrett, Barnett.
Barnett, yeah.
Yeah. And And they had a formal school called Scout Sniper School. So we were using that term, taking the word scout and the word sniper and putting them together to describe one guy. We were doing that in 1918. And what's funny is you look at the things that they were training during that course, it's all the same topics of information that we learned, in the modern era. And, bottom line is, we've got this long legacy. We talk about standing on the shoulders of giants. And we now are, because of the research we're doing, we're aware of so many more of these giants on whose shoulders we stood. And their names are literally forgotten by the Marine Corps, by our own community of Scout Snipers. We never knew. All I knew about when I went through Scout Sniper School was Vietnam, Carlos Hathcock.
Yeah, that's what I was taught.
Yeah, but there's a whole lot more going on. We had a formal program during World War II. We had a formal school on the West Coast at Camp Elliott, California, and on the East Coast at New River, North Carolina at the same time during World War II for most of the war. And almost every infantry regiment that served in the Pacific had a Scout Sniper platoon at the regimental level. And so we've lost, we're still researching this, but we've found names of probably 160, 165, I think is what we're at now, and still adding names daily, almost, killed in action that were Scout Snipers over the course of our history. And that's a pretty heavy price to pay, especially when you consider that our active duty population was maybe 300 or so on active duty at any given time. That's more than half our active duty population, right? The Navy SEALs, I was looking up on the Navy SEAL Foundation the other day, and there's 6,000 or 8,000 of them on active duty right now, right? And they've lost 144 Navy SEALs in the history of Navy SEALs.
Wow!
So
I didn't know that.
I mean, it's any combat loss is sad and it's tragic. But if you look at the ratio there, it's like, holy crap! It kind of is eye-opening to the kind of sacrifice per capita that our community has paid in blood. That we were not even aware of because nobody's ever kept track, right? And so that's what we're doing. We're keeping track. We're going back and digging up the information. We're going to write a full and complete history of Marine Scout Snipers. We're going to create an online digital archive of all the information that we find. Cool. But most importantly, we're building the Scout Sniper War Memorial. We're going to place it at the National Museum of the Marine Corps in Quantico, Virginia. It's going to be in the Semper Fidelis Memorial Park right outside the museum. We are hoping to get a world famous sculptor named Sabin Howard. He's the guy who created A Soldier's Story, which is the centerpiece of the National World War I Memorial in Pershing Square. That just was unveiled September last year. And it's an amazing work of art. He wants to do ours, but we got to pay him. So we got to raise the money, so he's not locked in yet, but we're hoping to get there. So yeah, we've got a concept that reflects the bookends of our history, a World War I observer with a Afghanistan era Scout Sniper.
That's cool.
In a bronze statue of a 2-man team. So yeah, that's the project. That's what we're doing. And you can learn more about us at scoutsniperheritage.org. We're on all the major social media channels: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or X, and Instagram. But yeah, that's what it's all about. We're looking for anybody that can help us get across the finish line because we have a long, long way to go financially to get there. So,
what's the goal? When you guys want to be finished?
Well, the time goal will be achieved as soon as we raise the money. We can have it done within a year once we raise the money. But right now we got to hire the sculptor, and so we need to raise $300,000 just to give him his down payment.
Oh wow!
The total lift for the whole thing, the whole memorial, is about $2 million. So it's not cheap. But this is not just a piece of granite that's got some names etched in it. This is going to be a monumental work of art that will honor our fallen for all time, and our fallen deserve nothing less. People have told me that, hey, that's a lot of money for a memorial. I'm like, they paid everything, right?
Yeah.
It's not my money. It's not your money. It's collectively, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But no one person is just kicking in $2 million. I mean, if we had, 1 million people kick in $2, we're there. So I'm not asking, a lot of money from any particular person.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it costs to do.
Well, Tim,
a
count
monument
me
like that.
in. I wasn't a sniper. I wanted to be. I had a 105 GT score, so I was 5 points away from actually making it.
Damn
But
GT score.
I was like, damn it. But
Yeah.
I had, I was fine as a machine gunner. But I'm definitely going to be donating to the Heritage Society.
Yeah, I
So
appreciate it,
when we
man.
get off this, I'll throw in a couple bucks.
Awesome. Yeah, I
Another
mean,
And I
just helping get the
15,000.
word out. That's one of the reasons I wanted to be on this show with you guys.
hopefully, hey, you
Heck
guys
yeah.
donate to this. Donate to the Ton. Donate
Big
to
keep.
the Scout Sniper Heritage Association. Donate to Minutes Wisely. Donate to all three of us. But Tim, I do have one question that before I get to like your saved round question, and I know this is on Fleek's mind too. Did you ever watch the movie Jarhead?
No, I read the
You
book.
haven't watched it?
I read the book,
Okay,
and
you did.
I didn't want to watch the movie because
Okay.
I don't really care for that guy.
The guy who
Who wrote
Swafford.
it? Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's the guy was a malcontent, and he wrote the whole book about being a malcontent and about the guys not liking him, and it's like that. I mean, they made the movie to be different than that, but
I haven't
that's
read the
really
book yet, so I
that's
don't
really
know.
what it was kind of all about in the long run was he didn't fit in. None of the guys in the sniper platoon liked him, and so yeah, of course he felt shit on, but yeah,
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
I was expecting a different answer, but to lead into some more, but that is okay. Massart, can you give me your favorite? Actually, pick a number between 1 and 10.
7.
Okay, can you pick another number between 1 and 10?
3.
Okay, good. Sorry, all of our guests, for some reason, they all picked 7.
I let him on. I did this.
Yeah,
You did?
he gave me
Oh,
a
shit.
sign.
I didn't see that. I'm sorry, Fleek, I was trying to help you out because we heard 7 last week and the week before.
Yeah, it's all right. Everybody has
Here's a
different
question,
answer.
Massart. Here's a question. How did your military experience influence your perspective on life and adversity?
Man, hard questions. What the heck? So I think the totality of my experience having served and now that I'm post service looking back on it in hindsight, and have that luxury, all of that combined has I mean it's opened my eyes to the idea that how should I put this? Nobody is the top dog. Nobody. If you think you're the best at whatever, or you're the greatest this or whatever, there's always somebody that's going to come and knock you off that pedestal. And when you're a young PFC or Lance Corporal, they tell you that you're indestructible, and you believe it for a while, and then at some point you face reality, and sometimes some people get crushed by that real knowledge. But it's there's a humility that is learned through leadership, right? And I didn't always have that humility, and I was an asshole.
Me too.
At times, and it took some years for me to get that. But I think that's probably the greatest thing that I've learned is that you're not going to do anything by yourself. Everything is better with a team. You're never the best at something. There's always somebody better, and but if you can lead with humility, you can accomplish freaking anything.
Whew.
So,
Jocko Willink, are you listening to this? Okay, because you would like what he just said. Okay, so Jocko, write that down.
Jocko. I would talk to him.
Were you in?
What else
Were
you
you
got,
in
man?
Ramadi and? Huh?
No, I never went to Ramadi. So my 08 deployment was we initially started in Fallujah in 08, which was basically just a base at that point, and then and they were actually shutting it down, and then we moved to Al Assad,
Oh,
I
sorry.
was a
Yeah.
FOBIT. Yeah, I was a FOBIT on both my OEF, OIF deployments. As a Paraloft guy, we were doing a lot of jump ops with 3rd Recon Battalion in Iraq. And then my Afghanistan deployment was 2010 and 11. We were in Sangin. So I bounced
Banging
back.
and singing.
Yeah, I bounced back between Leatherneck and Fob Jackson. As
Okay.
I was a watch chief in the operations center. So,
But Tim, we definitely need you on for number 2 because there's like 15 years that we definitely want to hear about. But
you got the
we're
most
at,
interesting part. So
I
yeah.
thought it was awesome.
Yes.
We're at an hour and 5, and people tend to shut us off after about an hour or 2. So, Fleek, you got any saved rounds or words of wisdom for us before we shut this down?
No, I just want to say it was a great event on Sunday the 7th.
And
So,
Tim, thank you so
yeah,
much.
thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you for coming
Yeah,
and sharing your
absolutely.
story.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yes, keep in
And
touch.
I'll see you in November, sir.
Absolutely. We'll see you at the ton.
Yes, and stick around for a second so we make sure you upload. Other than that, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.
See you guys.